Hello, and this is Jaime, an American patriot in living since 2009 in Medellin, Colombia, and I'm getting ready to go back and join the political fight. Well, I've been waiting to try to see and get as much information in relation to the entry into Mar-a-Lago by, or I should say, the permitted entry into Mar-a-Lago by incompetent lawyers. Okay, they never should have entered the property and they would not have been able to enter the property if the lawyers had handled it right. Okay, let me explain. In looking at the documents that were released, number one, I didn't see an affidavit. Number two, it appears that there was no affidavit, okay, that it was in, let's say, FBI headquarters, Washington, D.C., or whatever, okay. By having no affidavit, it makes the search warrant defective, and they cannot enter on a defective warrant. But on top of that, I was looking for something else, and that was a bond. That search warrant needed to have a financial bond attached to it. 99.9% of bonds in the United States, of warrants, whether it's an arrest warrant or a search warrant or any other type of warrant that they can make up the name for, they must have a bond attached. Let me explain. Police officers, FBI, whoever comes onto the property, and you've got a $5,000 pit bull there, and the police off and the pit bull is there. It's totally chained up, can't get away. But the police officer decides to put a bullet in your $5,000 price premium showpiece and kills the dog. Well, if you don't have a bond with that warrant, then what ends up happening? You're going to end up having to sue them. You're going to have to go to into court, and you could take 2 years, 3 years before you collect. But when there's a bond attached to the warrant, as there should be, you can immediately file a claim against that bond and you get paid your 5 grand immediately on that and any damage, etc., that is done. Now, what the sheriffs or police officers, when they come to your house to do a search or whatever, people don't ask them for the bond 99.999% of the time. So what ends up happening is because of ignorance. Okay, you let them in. Then they shoot your pit bull, they damage your furniture, they do this, and it costs $10,000 worth of damage. And now, if you want to get again, now if you want to sue them, that's the only way you're going to get redemption. You think they're just going to write a check for 10,000? No, they're not. So you end up getting screwed. They killed your pit bull, your parrots, your cat. They damaged. They totally ransacked your house. They destroyed furniture, whatever, etc. And you got 15, $20,000 worth of damage. When they came in, they decided to bust the door open, and now I mean, just on and on. And you got $10, $15,000 worth of damage, and now you got to sue them, get attorneys, etc. And now you are fucked. Can't put it any other way. Okay, it's going to take you 2 to 3 years, but in the meantime, you're the one that's going to have to put up the money to do all the repairs, replace the furniture, etc. But when police officer comes to your door, sheriff, FBI, ATF, DEA, whatever, they have a warrant of any type, whether it's an arrest or search, they need to have a bond to that. If they don't have a bond, it's a defective warrant. But you got to know that. And if you don't know that, you're not going to tell them. They're going to give you a search warrant, and here's the search warrant. We got a search warrant for property. Okay, where's the bond? What bond? Yeah, you need to have a bond on that. Oh, they'll tell you, oh well, it's at the office. No, you need to have it attached here. You're not entering here. Now, if you forcibly enter here with a defective bond, then I'm going to sue you under civil rights, RICO, etc. And now you got a freaking nightmare because I'll take your house, I'll take your car, I'll take your wife, I'll put her out, I'll traffic her. I'm a little bit satirical there, but basically, you'll own all those sons of bitches, male, female agents of the state, whether local, state, or federal, because they came in and forced themselves into private property on a defective bond. Okay, so in relation to Trump, what should have happened? The attorney right there at the door, at the gate, that we see it there, should have said, let me see your search warrant." Okay, boom, boom. Where's the affidavit? I'm going to assume the affidavit was there, but if it wasn't, where's the affidavit? Okay, you got a defective. Oh, it's at the office. No, it's got to be attached to here. If not, this bond is defective and you can't come in. Where's the bond? Oh, the bond's at the courthouse. Fine, go fucking get the bond, attach it to here, and then I'll let you in. Because right now you got a defective warrant. And what you do is you force them to either do it right or you force them to break in. Now they committed crimes, and now the entire warrant and the entire seizure, in this case of Trump, all his documents out, it's done in an illegal, fraudulent warrant, and everything. And even if Trump now had nuclear everything there, all of it is thrown out by the court because of a defective warrant. The attorneys for Trump fucked it up. They should know this. End of story. Now, the next part. I was looking at the videos. I saw FBI agents and I saw police. I didn't see any sheriff there. Now, let me share something with you. The two highest positions in the county are the sheriff and the coroner. A coroner can go into a city council and arrest a city councilman. He can arrest the mayor, etc. So can the sheriff. Okay. In relation to the county, no DEA agent, no FBI agent, no ATF agent, no outside or federal agency of any type, CIA, can come into the county without the express authorization of the sheriff. So my question is very simple. Where was the fucking sheriff? And why did the attorneys for Trump not immediately call the sheriff and say, hey, look, we've got agents here of the federal government coming into your county and threatening us and this, that, and whatever. And that sheriff then should have showed up with 15, 20 deputy sheriffs ready to go head to head against the FBI. End of story. Trump's lawyers fucked this up left and right. Okay. End of story. Okay. And they should be fired. End of story. And if some of you have contacts on this and you can get this out to Trump, hey, pass it on. Put it all over the place as to why Trump should fire these lawyers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and all they're going to do is to get our president. But at the same time, I believe nothing's going to be found, etc. I do believe 100% the FBI is going to plant false evidence, nuclear documents, etc., this, that, and all that, in order to get an indictment and arrest Trump. Okay, we know that with my connections, etc., and all that that's out there, we know that, but we're not concerned. And I'm going to share this message with everybody that I can. And all I'm going to say is sit still. Sit still. My next question to you is this. Do you honestly think that Trump didn't know they were coming? He knew. He knew they were coming. Hey, listen, Melania, you don't think she's got diamonds and I mean her wedding rings and watches worth 15, 20, who knows how many thousands of dollars? I mean, Trump is not going to bless his beautiful queen with a $300 watch. Okay, I mean, she is a queen. She's royalty. She gets, her watches, and I mean, just think about it. Okay, you honestly think under any circumstances that safe, if Trump did not know they were coming, do you honestly think that safe would have been empty? Hell no. He knew they were coming. That's why the safe was empty. Took out everything out of there, anything that could have been of value, especially watches, jewelry, etc. Who knows? Because these motherfuckers at FBI, DEA, ATF, they're all freaking liars, thieves. I mean, look what they did with the Whitmer kidnapping. They're all part of it. I mean, they're totally discredited 100% to the American people, and they should be if this thing ever goes to court, you can't put an FBI. They can be discredited so much. Question is, well, did you? We now know that you all did planted evidence, and you all provoked, and this was whatever in relation to Whitmer. That you that okay? That discredits them. They are not a reliable witness. Totally destroyed. Trump will win, but they're going to probably. We're expecting that they're going to arrest him. Okay, do an arraignment and this, that, and etc. And all that, all show. But in the end, he wins. They're not going to. He's not. If he even gets indicted, but if he gets indicted, it's not a problem. It's going to be all fake, etc. And when they get into the court, hopefully Trump's got a much better freaking legal team for criminal court than these lawyers. All I've seen is women, and I got no problem with women lawyers, but these two women lawyers didn't know what the fuck to do with the warrant. They screwed it up 100%. Now, can you imagine if it had been so powerful that they get there? Can you imagine how it would hit in the media had these lawyers handled it right and the FBI comes and then they're sent away wagging their tail? They would have had to come back again and all, but that's fine. Initially, power would have been shown from Trump's side, but totally screwed up. Totally screwed up. And if the lawyers are really good, they could ask for the charter, the FBI charter that gives them the right to exist in this country. They're a rogue agency. They've never been chartered by Congress, House or Senate, whatever. I think it's the House that has to give them the charter. And when they have asked for the charter, the FBI has asked for a charter. Congress has denied it, won't give it to them. So what does that mean? They're a freaking rogue agency. That's why when they get in there and to ask questions and they won't answer, and Ray, who's 100% deep state, that guy should be taken down to Guantanamo, tried and hung. But please put it on video, or they're also doing a rifle, up against the wall. Man, I volunteer for that. I volunteer to go to Guantanamo and be one of the executioners, man. I mean, pass that on to Trump, okay? Bring me in as an executioner. Man, I have no problem firing that one shot into all these sons of bitches, okay? But anyway, so my point is this. Trump's lawyers fucked it up big time. They don't even know what a warrant is. Search, arrest. They don't even know what the components of the warrant are, what they have to be in order for it to be a true warrant. These FBI roaches should never have been allowed on the property. They had a defective warrant, 100%, no ifs, ands, or buts. And these lawyers just let them fucking in right into his property. Unbelievable. Should be fired. They should be disbarred. You can pass this on down to as many people all over the place. This needs to go out. Okay, thanks. That's all I got to say. Okay, let's see what happens. But let me add, just like Trump is saying, and those that are in the know, folks, keep calm. The plan's working. Trump's in control. They're going to take another bath, the deep state, just like they did in the first indictment, second indictment, the Mueller investigation, and all this other shit that's come down. He's beat them all. The attacks by district attorneys in New York and I think a couple other states and whatever, all that failed. All that failed. This is going to fail. It's so obvious it's going to fail 100%. Okay, so keep calm. The patriot who went and fired initially a nail gun and all that and got killed. Was it Ohio? He shouldn't have done that. Okay, keep calm, folks. Just stay back. What I do say is you need to be armed. And in another video, I'll cover about the IRS coming, okay? Because they're coming after you. Now, I'm going back to the States. I want to get back there as soon as possible. I got some investment deals that I need to how do you put it, to close so that I have the funds to be able to go back and not have to go get a job. Okay, here in Colombia, I led a really nice life and all that, and on hardly nothing financially, nothing, and don't struggle, don't anything. But anyway, do not fall into the trap that the deep state cabal is setting for Americans, and that is to do an insurrection, to do a riots. Do not fall for that trap, folks. Okay, you want to screw this up and turn this thing into a bloodbath, that's what will happen. So just stay calm. Stay calm. The plan is working. Trump's in control. The military is in control. That's the military that's on the side of Trump. There are two governments right now in play. Understand. And most of you are not going to understand none of that because you're not connected. I've got connections to military. I've got connections in politics. I got connections to patriots, etc. And believe me, we're winning. So stay calm. Stay calm. But be prepared. Be armed. Have plenty of commodities, etc. in your home in the event that when they want to crash the system. They're going after the food supply lines and all that. So make sure you got enough for your family, okay? Or you're fucked. It's that simple. Stay calm. Stay calm, Patriots. We're winning. We're winning. Okay. And if they address Trump, stay calm. Stay calm. I believe firmly the military will get him out. Not Miley and all those, with lipstick and all that shit. Those guys are traitors. They're going to be in Guantanamo. And we're talking the military that's really behind Trump. He's the second president. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, you need to get on the internet or whatever or ask me. But you need to understand there's two governments. Okay. There's the United States of America, which is a corporation that went bankrupt last year. And then there's the Republic of the United States. Trump is president of the Republic. Biden is president of the corporation that is defunct, just hanging on by a thread. And Biden is going down. They're all going to be hung. They're all traitors. And many Republicans are going to be hung. 100% of all Democrats practically will be hung, all for treason. It's coming. Justice is coming. But don't screw it up, folks. Be calm. Be calm. Just sit back. Enjoy the show. It's going to be incredible. Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. Spread this out all over the place. Okay. Thank you. And Trump, this gets to you. Fire those goddamn attorneys.